Right, we're going. Dillian White, right? What's going on with this situation, WBC? It's outrageous. It really is outrageous. You're making a mockery of the whole sport. You're making an absolute mockery. What are all these rematch clauses about? You know, where does it all end? Like, you've got Tyson Fury fighting Wilder, then there's a rematch clause. Now Tyson Fury's fighting Wilder, now there's a rematch clause. Where does it end? What happens after this one? If Wilder wins, is there going to be another rematch? You know, like, where does it end? What's someone like Dillian White meant to do? Dillian White's a great fighter. You know, 27-1. He got to 16-0 for Anthony Joshua. Probably the fight was a bit too early for him, really. I reckon Dillian White now gives Anthony Joshua a much tougher fight. You know, Dillian White's proven himself for me against, some good level opposition. I think Chisora is much improved. I think he came through that one well. I thought Joseph Parker, is a top boxer. You can't, from Dillian White's point of view, what's he meant to do? He wants the big fight. You got to give him a chance. It makes a mockery of the sport if you don't. I just think it's outrageous. I mean, Dillian White's someone who's really grown on me as well. In terms of the title fight, I feel sorry for him. Look, it looks like he's got his head screwed on. It looks like, and today ain't short for a few bobbies. I don't feel that sorry for him. But in terms of the title fight, the boxing, something that he's put his heart and soul into, I do feel sorry for him. Yeah. I really do. I think he comes across quite, like a nice bloke. I thought when he burst out laughing against Wilder, that was absolutely hilarious. If you haven't seen it, watch it. I'm still laughing about that. Him laughing when he burst into laughter like that. Honestly, it's hilarious. I think Dillian White comes across a lot better when he's not bitter like that. I think when he's, when I say not bitter, I think it just seems quite carefree, like relaxed now. He's laughing things off. He's seen the funny side of things rather than getting all angst. I don't think you see the best side of him when he's like that. I think the British public, I can't speak entirely for them, but I know from a lot of people I've spoken about, big boxing fans. I think you come across a lot better, Dillian, when you're a bit more chilled, because you're a funny guy. You are a funny guy. So I just think it's really out of order. I think when Fury and Wilder last fought, right, for the second time for the WBC, and Fury won it, what should have happened there? The fairest thing that should have happened there is Wilder should have said, "Look, there's no point me fighting you again, Fury, mate. I ain't gonna beat you, but I want to have a pop at the WBC. So how about this as a solution?" They all could have got together. Forget the coronavirus, and that's put, obviously a spanner in the works. But forget that. Imagine that hadn't happened. Right? Imagine that you've got Fury now fighting Joshua. Big fight for all the belts. Huge fight. The fight that everyone wants to see. Yeah. Then just an agreement, a gentleman's agreement that says, between those two British boxers, right, whoever wins this, you're going to be the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. You're going to have all the belts, yeah. Relinquish the WBC belt straight away, and because there was an agreement that they were doing that, they could have organised a fight for White and Wilder a month later. You could have had Joshua Fury June, Wilder and White July, and the winner of Wilder White could have fought the winner of Joshua Fury once again. I reckon that would probably be Fury fighting. I'm not really sure, but you give Dillian White his go. I think Dillian White probably. It's a tough fight. He's a tough cookie. I do think he probably got Wilder's number, but it's a tough fight. I think Wilder has got punch power, serious punch power. I know he's not necessarily seen it against Fury, but I think that's because Fury zapped a lot of his energy in the fight. He took a lot of power out of him in that fight. In the 12th round, when he caught Fury, that was a good punch down. I think it was almost divine intervention that got him up there. I don't think you can underestimate Wilder's punch power. He's only got to clip you once, and he's done it God knows how many times, like 40 times or whatever before. So it's a dangerous fight. But you give Dillian White his shot at it. But instead we didn't do that. We had this scenario now where Joshua's fighting Pulev, you got Dillian White fighting Povetkin, and you've got this third fight that no one wants to see. It's just... You know, what's going on? What's going on? These rematch clauses are ruining things. Or what? Who needed a rematch clause after the second Fury-Wilder fight? You know, I can understand them saying if it was a great fight afterwards, you know, in close, then both wanting to fight again to prove it. I can understand that, but this idea of just like fighting again for the sake of it to cash in, I'm not bothered about watching that fight. You know, it's just, I think if Wilder wins, I think can happen because he's caught you, and if Fury wins, I just think, well, you've won at least once before. A lot of people would say you won twice before, although I will make the point, in the first Fury-Wilder fight, that was actually a little bit closer than some people. Some people seem to think. Some people think that was an absolute one-sided occasion, just because Fury won. I think it was about 9 rounds to 3, and he probably did win 9 rounds to 3, but a lot of the rounds that he won were very close rounds. You've got to say that they were a good. You can see how someone would go with a draw. I don't think it was a draw, but you can see how someone would give it a draw. It wasn't outrageous. It wasn't like an outrageous decision, in my opinion. And I'm a big Fury fan. Rant over, basically. Just something's got to come out of this where Dillian Whyte gets a chance soon at the WBC. Otherwise, it's just a mockery of the sport. Keep going, British boxing.